All right, y'all. We are back in the building and we are about to get all the way into the mess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're going to get into the mess today. Sky Squad, we're back in the building. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? I know that some of you guys may watch the channel, but oftentimes may forget to hit subscribe. Or you may actually forget to even like the video because we be so caught up in the goodness or the scandal, as it were. Or maybe even throuple talk. But go ahead and click that like button if you like reality TV related content. Now let's get into the tea. We are talking Love and Marriage DC Season 2B episode something or other. And we are talking really about the throuple of it all, okay? Actually, we got a couple of things to talk about. Before I get to the rating of this episode, Sky Squad, I want y'all to chime down in the chatterization down below and tell me for the life of God why it is that why did the people down on let's have a conversation right now, okay? God darn it. So I'm trying my hardest to really understand why we had to wait a year to get this half of the season when this half of the season is lit. Riddle me that. Somebody down to the I mean, it did some. I mean, what did somebody piss somebody off down to the? I mean, what happened? Because low key, this half of the season to me is actually, I don't know. It might be a little bit better than the first half. Now, the first half I thought was good, but this half to me is feeling a little more real to me. Okay, it's feeling a little more real to me. And maybe it's just me, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Quick to me is an essential character on this show. Do you know why I say that? Quick is not acting. I don't believe he acting. I believe Quick got 5 minutes to film a scene. Trust. This is my belief. I believe he got 5 minutes to film a scene, and what Quick does is Quick don't waste no time. Quick is emotional. He is reactive. He is everything that you really want a reality TV personality to be. And he does not mind stepping in the muck and the mire, baby. Every time you turn around, he is stepping in the poop. And I'm here for it. He is definitely giving sweet tea vibes. Now, what I mean by that is somebody who is just so raw and authentic that they be wrong and sometimes they be wrong, sometimes they be right, but it is what it is, and you get what you get. And that is what you want for a great reality TV show, because a person stepping in the muck and the mire is what makes a great television show, and it makes for great scenes. So for me, I'm going to give this episode on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I thought it was good. I watched it. I was thoroughly entertained. I felt like it had a good flow. I wasn't bored with anything. Every scene felt to me like it meant something, okay? So let's get into the actual tea of it all. Now, the first thing we see is the continuation of the argumentation with Ashley and Erana. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead, because I mean, just because I live here, I kind of know where things are now, or I have a general sense of where things are now. Not that anybody has really said anything, but I can put the tea leaves together just by the interactions that I see out in public. And so without going any further ahead, I will tell you guys that I do appreciate the way they were able to resolve this situation. You know, the good thing about reality TV and a good reality TV show is that you see people have argumentations. You see them have almost knockdown, drag out fights. You got your hand and your fingers in my face in my house, and now I might need to put you out, okay? And then we have a one-on-one sit-down ponderosa, which is the quintessential element for a great episode of reality TV. And it delivered, okay? We went from, girl, I'm gonna get you sucker if you was putting your hands in my face, and girl, you know how I am. I got a temper, okay? I got a temper, you got a temper, and we come back. Well, we both got tempers, so we can both have tempers then. But girl, I love you. Okay. I mean, I just like how it shook down like that. You had the two, I would say the two leading ladies who were at one point in time BFFs. Now there's a little bit of tension there, but it seems to be resolved. Now, based on the way the season looks, I don't think that this is going to last very long. Here's the thing: the person in the middle of the I always felt like the person in the middle always gonna get it. They always gonna get it. The question becomes though: is Ashley jealous of Erana and Joy's friendship? That's the question that is on everybody's lips, right? Or at least that it seems to be what Erana thinks. Now, Erana said something to the effect last week that Ashley was always saying, "Oh, you with your new girlfriend, you with your new best friend, you with your new bestie, 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 bestie." So it probably does seem to Erana like, "Well, girl, is giving jealous, okay? It's giving you think that I'm a better friend to her than I am to you." And I think for Erana, she's just trying to say, like, listen, I could be friends with everybody, but don't put me in the middle of y'all stuff, okay? But I have a feeling it ain't gonna really work like that because it never works like that in reality TV. And the person in the middle, they're gonna always have to choose. That's just the mechanics of these shows. You're gonna always have to choose one or the other. Y'all agree or not? We could talk about it, but I don't know if you see too many examples of what happened of a successful person being in the middle without coming out of it looking and stepping in some ish quick style. Okay. Now I believe the next scene we see is Clifton and Carmen. Now, for those of you guys who are not Ready to Love fans, I did not watch that show, but I mean, quiet as it's kept, I feel like I need to go back and watch the show because what we learned is that Clifton and Carmen, they were a thingamabob on the Ready to Love. You know, they had the connection, they had the chemistry, and quiet as it's kept, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. They still got it, okay? I mean, I can't help it. Listen, I know they're supposed to be BFFs and things like that. And I also know that in real time, okay, spoiler alert, I think Carmen got a man at this point. So I don't know where they at now, okay? Because that's the problem when you film a show 2 years ago and then you air it today. So, note to own, can you keep up? So the next thing I got to say is now I need a couple of things to happen. I'm gonna need y'all to stop saying the word copyright when you really mean trademark. My spidey senses tell me y'all are talking about a trademark and not a copyright. Two totally different things. Totally different. Y'all know where I got that from? That's a quote from a classic reality television show said by a starer, okay? A star, not starless. Chime down in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna need y'all to get this right, okay? It sounds to me like you talking about the trademark. Now, I know a little something about trademark because I have been engaged in this process for about 2.5 years. Oh, yes, I have. Now, the theory, it seems, is that you need the trademark before you can actually present the beard oil to the world. That's not really true, okay? It's not exactly true. There are many ways to go about getting your trademark. The easiest way to get it done, though, is if you already have the product produced on a website for public consumption, because the trademark people is going to want to see evidence that the product exists, it's out there, it can be sold, consumed, and Lord have mercy, don't let it be a series. The reason I know this is because if it is, you are going to need to present books 1 and 2 in the series. Don't ask me how I know. Okay, it's a frustrating process. It's a very frustrating process. It took me a long time to trademark my own name. Do you know how long I have been using DJRichieSkye? For as long as I've been a DJ. And I started DJing back in 2012. I got buku flyers, websites, events, and stuff that I have done. And do you know how long it took to get this process done? So anyway, and then you got to deal with the categories and whatnot. So I say all that to say, Miss Joy, and pain. Pick it up, sunshine. You might want to you might want to hand over this process to a trademark attorney, okay? Because they'll be able to get your stuff done quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, I don't know, Joy. I don't know much about algebra, but I know that 1 + 1 equals you ain't getting it done. So, what you need to do, Joy, is you probably should have just said, listen, babe, I got to go singing something or something down to the Mexico. I can't be doing this. Now, I'll design your product for you, but that aspect of it, hand it off to Carmen. She over here waiting in the wings. So go ahead, hand it to her. Now, Carmen for Clifton is like the PR person because Carmen does the PR. If you need the event done down to the DC, call Carmen, okay? Call Carmen. She is also on the Good Day DC. Carmen is everywhere. She does the things. I ain't gonna even lie. Carmen is also very sexy, okay? I ain't gonna need, I mean, y'all know. If I'm saying she's sexy, she's sexy. Now she might be a little too sexy because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the on-camera chemistry, I mean, is chemistrying, okay? It's bubbling like a science project. So Joy later on, when she is told that, because Carmen is like, Joy is not doing what she's supposed to be doing, okay? And getting this copyright trademark done. So give it to me, baby, give it all to me. That's what I was hearing in the scene. So anyway, so Clifton agrees. Yeah. Touch on my beard, baby. Touch on my beard. Touch it. Just touch it. Touch it. Smell good, don't it? Just put your mouth in. Ooh. Anyway, that did not happen, but that's how I was. That's what the scene was given. Was it not? Or was it me? I don't know. I'm just listen. What Dr. Heavenly say? I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna take it back. Lord, these people gonna be coming after me. Oh well. So listen. Later on, Clifton has to tell Joy and Pain that she been yanked off the project. Now he tried to tell her in the most gentlest of ways or whatever like that. I guess she on a tour break, and so she comes in. And was it me or did she just seem just a tad bit frustrated? Okay, she did seem a tad bit frustrated that Carmen would be now he ain't say it the way Carmen said it, because Carmen was like, yank her off of that thing. And he said, well, maybe because you're so busy, baby. You got to go sing down to the overseas. Mm-hmm. That we got the does Joy have out an album? Joy, do you have an album out, something out that we can tell the people about so they can go and purchase it? You know what I'm saying? Because even though you said that I was the messy blogger, allegedly, I don't know that for certain. Okay. And maybe you're right. Maybe I can't be messy. I don't know. But at the same time, if you got something to promote, you know me, I'll talk about you, but then promote your product, okay? Because I want you to win, baby. So if you got the CD, if you got the album, the vinyls, tell me, tell somebody, okay? Anyway, also, is it me? Or should you not announce to the world that the streets think that you are a throuple, unless you want us to think that you are a throuple? That's what I meant to lead this conversation with. Like, had they just sat down, had Carmen and Clifton just sat down and had the conversation about the PR and what Joy ain't doing or not doing with the copyright trademark, then I just kind of feel like I wouldn't be running, like nobody else will be running with this story. Now, because I live here and I see something completely different, like I do see when I see Clifton with his wife, I see Carmen with her boo. So for me, it just, when I see it on the show, y'all are announcing that people think that you're a throuple. Well, now you are forever known as the throuple on this reality TV stage. So I'm like, was that a rookie mistake? Did you mean to say throuple, or did you, I mean, And then we're taken back to, Clifton and Carmen as they were dating on the Ready to Love because OWN can use that footage because it's their network and whatnot. Whoopty whoop. So this is about to be a very interesting storyline, and I cannot wait to see where the throuple of it all goes. Okay. Now, if they are a throuple, they make a great looking throuple. But in real time, I definitely I don't really think that's the case. Sorry to the people. So meanwhile, the other major thing in this episode is, well, no, we get a scene with with Winter in her Storm wig, okay, looking like Storm from the X-Men's. Now, I don't mind this platinum blonde on your Winter, but this wig was giving Storm, okay? Like I felt like you was about to take flight and make the wind blow. And so she is working out with the joy and the pain. And so they get to working out and doing the thing, doing the squats and lunges and things of that nature and whoop de woo. And Joy get to telling Winter all about, how Ashley mistreated her at the party. She came in with good intentions. I came in, but I ain't speak to nobody. But that's fine. I had the goodness of my spirit. I was carrying the goodness of the Lord with me. And then Ashley just all of a sudden she started breathing fire, and she turned into a dragon. It was Game of Thrones up in this thing. And then I ran out. I ran for my life. Was it me, or was that how she told that story? I feel like she kind of left out the parts where she said anything or did anything or just didn't do anything correct. Now I ain't saying that Joy was all the way in the wrong, because I feel like it takes two to tango. However, org, it was the way she told the story, and Miss Winter's like, well, yeah, child. She was definitely giving Phaedra, yeah, child, child. God, I told you. So next time we see Winter, she is telling her sister that the Yusha man did tell her that he loved her. He loved him some her. Yes. And Tony Braxton style. So, she is happy, but the sister's like, now hold on now, slow down, girl. Cause the last man that you got, you ain't really know much about him. You ain't know what kind of job he had, what kind of finances he had, that he was living with his mama and all these type of things like that. So I'm gonna need you to slow down. And Winter agrees. She been through so much these days that she got to wait. Okay. She waiting on the Lord. So that is probably for the best. The other big thing in this episode was essentially that was it last season? I don't know. 5 years ago, it was that Quick has said something to the effect about Lil Jamie being a bad kid, right? And there was a comparison, I guess, with his son and not wanting his son to turn out like Lil Jamie. Now, for further context, we learned that not only did Jamie call Lil Jamie a bum during an argumentation circa episode 1 of the last season, or the first part of this season, which aired in 2017. But what we also see is a conversation between I get that from the good Larry Reed, baby, that good Larry Reed. So anyway, we learned that Erana had a conversation with Ashley about Lil Jamie, and that also provided further context for which Quick and Ashley were having a conversation about Lil Jamie, wherein Quick was referencing Lil Jamie as being bad. Now, when it was said, this is one of those things where I'm talking about Quick gets down into, he step into the mud, right? He put his foot in his mouth because he is passionate. And that's the type of person you want, who is unfiltered on these types of shows. And they mess up. And you need that, because that creates organic conflict, right? So we're talking about the technical aspects of the show right now. But now we're going to get back to the actual show. So Quick and Ashley realize they need to have a conversation to sort of clear this up with the Tylers and Lil Jamie. So they head over to the Tylers, and then Lil Jamie comes upstairs or downstairs somewhere. And so he appears magically. And so at that point, the conversation is about to get started. Now, has somebody never told Quick how to apologize? Because I don't think he knows. And this was another reason why I'm like, Quick, don't change. So as he is opening his mouth, I'm the first thing I'm thinking I'm gonna hear is, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But the first thing he say is, well, as a man, I would expect that because you got my number, when you hear something as a man, you come to me. But you ran to the internet like these little millennial Gen Z people out here, or whatever they call them, these little kids. That what the little kids do. I don't expect no grown man to do that. You want to be treated like a grown man. Now you need to do grown man things. Friend, that's not how you do that. That ain't that, no, 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 no. That ain't how you apologize. Friend, that's not how you apologize. An apology, what you should have said was, you know what? I realize now the error of my ways in labeling you bad. It came across way harsher than I intended. What I meant was bad behaviors or bad actions or just doing things that you may later regret. Okay. And as such, I should not have said that. And I apologize humbly. I am so sorry because I care about you. And further, I would also like to say I'm kind of disappointed that you took that to social media versus calling me, because I would hope that you would know my heart. That would have been a much better presentation, but not quick. What kind of man does that? I was like, now see, you didn't just set him off. And set it off he did, because Lil Jamie's like, well, sir, you could have used yourself as the analogy if you wanted to compare somebody and talk about what you don't want your son to be like. Well, I mean, when you're right, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Jamie, what we learned has gone on the social media, and he has, because the disrespect was public, he made his disrespect equally as public. Because at that point in time, he's responding to the show. Now, this is par for the course with reality TV, so I'm not really surprised by it. When you see, because what'll happen is you'll see something online, you'll see the show, the people get frustrated, and then they take their frustrations out on social media. That is what happens. It is a learned behavior when it comes to social media. That's what happened these days. But I would like to say this: if you know me and I made you upset, call me, text me, DM me. I might not see the DM for a year, but you can. I mean, it's there. Okay, is there, right? But and then if you don't have my number, I don't, Anyway, so then, Quick is getting real frustrated and passionate about, basically feeling like Lil Jamie should know him better than to think that he would be trying to come at him like that. And so Quick, God bless him, get the cursing and screaming. And Lil Jamie's like, you ain't gonna keep cursing at me like this. Friend, you are not gonna keep cursing at me like this. So this apology just kind of descends into a little bit of chaos before they're finally able to work it out. It takes Ashley to interpret for Quick why this situation was so triggering for little Jamie, because she herself has had to deal with that bad label. So she really was able to articulate why this was so upset, and showing him some empathy, which I think also went a good way towards calming the situation down, right? I like this scene a lot because it felt very real to me. Like the level of passion and anger and upset, it felt like this is a real thing. And I have to give this show props, because they do not wait weeks upon weeks upon weeks to handle like problems and frustrations. That is what makes a great show. And I just feel like I'm super happy that they have not lost that on this show, as they have with some other DC based shows. All right. So that is my review for Love and Marriage DC. Loved this episode. Give us more of this. And if I were production And if I were the network, I would be filming right now. Okay? If you know, you know. So with that being said, make sure to like this video, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.